And welcome to the Record Club, brought to you by Record Store Day, the official charts and National Album Day, and proudly in association with Bowes and Wilkins. My name is Jess Izzat. Thank you so much for joining us. We are very excited to say that this evening is Sam Tompkins to talk all about his new album. Hi, my name is Insecure, and if you're new here, we're going to be spending the next half an hour talking to Sam about the brilliant new record, and then we're going to be putting forward some of your questions about the album for him to answer. So if you want to get involved, make sure to drop us a question in the comments section below. I'm going to be asking a selection of them in the second half of our chat. And on top of that, one lucky person who sent in a question today is going to be randomly selected to win a pair of Bowes and Wilkins PX7 Season 2 over-ear noise cancelling headphones. They're wicked. The album sounds wicked in them as well. So obviously, don't miss out. Get your questions to us. And also, I have a copy of the record with me in my hands. If you don't already have a physical copy of your own, we thoroughly recommend you order one from your local record store once our chat with Sam is over. So let's get straight club and say a big hello to Sam Tompkins. Welcome.
Hello. How are we? We good?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm in my hands because kid you not, I've been listening to it on loop, like literally everywhere I go. Every journey that I've been on has been like soundtracked by it.
That's awesome. That's so sweet. Like I always think that's probably where I listen to music that I like the most, is whether I'm in the car or on the train or wherever, like just traveling. That's really cool that it's soundtracking those moments for you.
Yeah. It has been a couple of weeks since the album dropped, your debut as well. How are you feeling about it now you've had the time to let it all sink in?
How do I put this? I think like the debut album for an artist is sort of like, in a lot of ways, like the end goal of the first portion of your career, you know? So like I've been building up to this like for the last 11, 12 years. I'll never have that build up again to an album, I don't think. Like the next one comes. I remember I watched the Lewis Capaldi documentary, and he's like, you work your whole life on your first album, then the second album it takes like 2 years, you know. And
yeah.
true. So I feel like a sense of like sort of, I feel a bit lost in a way, because I'm like, oh, I have nothing to work on like right this second, you know. I'm working on that. So that's definitely feeling. I'm definitely feeling a little bit relieved because people have enjoyed it and are enjoying it, and I hope we'll continue to enjoy it. So that's good. All really proud that we're here, and there's a platform for it, you know. So yeah, really happy about that.
Yeah, you're right in it being almost like your lifetime's work up until now, in a way. Not necessarily. I feel like that's a lot of pressure on a debut, but like the debut is special, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in all honesty, it's probably the thing that I look forward to the most, like my whole adult life, is like getting to this point. But also that there was a segment of sort of nervousness and anxiousness that comes with it. I'm like sort of like, I'll put that off. That'll come in a couple of years. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's coming out next week. Oh, it's come out. And it's been 2 weeks. It's just gone so quickly. But yeah, feeling so excited that people are actually hearing it now. It's really cool.
And it's not just that it's your debut album, but also the fact that huge congratulations are in store because Hi, My Name is Insecure reached number 8 in the official album charts recently. I mean, a lot of the time artists say these accolades, like you do this because you love the art, but when it gets recognized like this, how does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Especially as like when you consider like that week, I think it was like Taylor Swift, Charlie XCX, who by the way is just having the most insane time right now. Grown again, the same. Eminem, Blur, Billie Eilish. I think The Weeknd, like they were the people that are above me, and like I have no business being anywhere near them anyway. So I was sort of like, it's a number one, guys. I pretty much got a number one. Everyone above should be beating me, you know what I mean? So I just felt, and it was like a testament to how amazing my audience and community are. They rallied around me so well and bought the album the way they did and support me like that. It was really cool.
Honestly, we have to celebrate you in the only way that the Record Club knows how. I believe we have a little surprise for you. Standing in the sidelines, there should be a member of your team to present you an official charts top 10 album award.
Is that what you can? No way, bro. That is sick. I didn't know they did these. Morgo, what the hell, bro? No, sorry for for my mate today saying like, oh yeah, yeah, I think it'd be really good to like document this and like video me like doing the thing. And I was thinking like, but it's kind of like it's being videoed, like we're doing a video. But I was like, yeah, fair enough. I just thought, because I've been on holiday for a bit, I thought he just missed me and just wanted to hang. But this is so much better. What the hell? I can't believe it. Oh mate, I'm gonna give this to my mum. I'm gonna get her to put it in her house. That is so cool. How long have you known about this?
A few days.
A few days. You little rat. I can't believe you lied to me like that, bro. Oh, I want to put it somewhere. Oh mate, I'm so that is so cool. Oh, sorry, I've like
I mean, this is your
can you see her?
I can see her.
She'll go there for a bit. That is so cool. I can't wait to call my mum and show her that. That's so sick.
It's funny, I was like trusting that someone was going to be there with her, otherwise that would have been crickets. But yeah, no, she's looking stunning.
So awkward, wouldn't it? If I just went like, no one's here, like it's gonna pop out of my oven or something. Like that's
crazy. Huge congratulations. A debut which has landed in the top 10. They're nestled in with someone who's having a brat summer, heavyweights like Taylor Swift, and the debut, Hi, my name is Insecure, it's up there too. I mean, again, yeah, how does that feel now with that in your hand?
This is literally the proudest I've ever been of anything. I don't think I've ever got anything like this. Feels like a recognition of a lot of work, so it's quite emotional. It's really nice. Thank you so much. That's really cool. I had no idea that people got those, so that's really thank you so much to whoever organised that. I don't know if everyone gets those, but I'm gonna say that not many people get those, so I'll take it.
Awesome. And as well, like, I mean, it's your connection with your fan base. You have pretty much a direct connection with them, especially it seems like on your socials. I guess you even started out in busking, so I mean, there must be people along the way who's been there since the very beginning. Do you have anything to say to them about this, helping you get to top 10?
Yeah, so there's a few people that I can remember from like back when I was 16, just starting busking and stuff. And to those people and anyone who's joined since, to be honest, like I don't think anyone would begrudge the fact that you know, whether you've been a fan day one or day 1,000, like everyone who rallies together for another person's dream is a hero, because like this right here, I mean, this is amazing. And and as I said, it's probably the proudest I've ever been about like a physical thing that I've ever received. But like, I think the biggest amount of pride that comes from my work is how much of a community I've built, and the people that make that community are so special. Like, I've had I've had a rocky life, like personal life, especially in the last 12 months. And I always say like, I'm so lucky because everyone who goes through stuff, like they normally are lucky enough to have maybe like family and friends that pull them through. But I've got like this whole other unit of people that help me out and check in on me in times of needs. So that's the thing that I'm most proud of in my career, is that I've been able to build up such a special fan base, community, whatever you want to call it. It's really cool. And I'm really grateful. So thank you to everyone.
I'm going to apologise. I don't know whether it was me or you who froze for a hot minute in time, but I'm guessing it was me because I just heard your whole answer then. So, well, Sam.
You froze, but it was cool.
I hear you speak anyway, so it's all right. We're back in the room. Right. Well, we do like to start each week on the Record Club with a question from one of the many amazing independent record stores in the UK. And this week's question comes from Crash Records in Leeds. Sure, is it before?
Have I? When? This one? No. Where did you say Leeds?
Crash Records in Leeds.
I think last tour. Maybe. Oh,
Sometimes, yeah.
Either way, I'm
Record
going
store
there
tours.
tomorrow.
Okay, well, you can head there tomorrow and say hi. They've said congratulations on your stunning debut album. We're big fans here at Crash Records and are blown away by how emotionally honest your music is. How important would you say music and songwriting is as a form of emotional expression, and how has it helped you in your music?
It's a very good question. Could you phrase it one more time for me? Is that okay?
They're asking how important would you say music and songwriting is as a form of your emotional expression, and how has that helped you in your journey?
I think my songwriting and stuff and being able to write like this is like, I always say it's like a diary entry, and I'm a firm believer of keeping a journal and keeping a diary. So it's sort of like it doubles up, one as like a creative outlet, of course, but also as like a therapeutic thing. And I think I've learned a lot about myself from writing songs. I figure a lot of things out, like, you know, when you like, I don't know if you've ever had, I mean, this is a deep question, but like, I personally, I will say from my own experience, and I've been counseled and had counseling and had life coaching, and I find like I always discover more when I'm able to just say whatever I want, and I'm like, oh, that's probably why I feel like this about this. And I get that similar feeling from writing, because when I write a song about a certain subject or concept, I'm sort of like unlocking way to perhaps figuring out some of the problems. So I would say it's probably my biggest tool of self-expression, also my big therapy, and like sort of helping myself and sharing my problems, whether that's with a page or with people later on down the line. It's really, yeah, it's really special. And I would say like it's probably the best best tool that I have, and best tool that you could possibly have, is to be vulnerable when writing music, because that's what people want. They want honesty, you know.
Big love to Crash Records in Leeds for your question. Yeah, I feel like that leads us obviously on nicely to so I think I read somewhere that you had written like 250 songs for that could have been on this album.
Yeah.
And 16 already is a big album. What was it like trying to get that down to that number?
Yeah, so like the 250 songs that were potentially going on the album, like they were written over like a 3-year period, I'd say. Like I was writing like all the time. Like I would write, I reckon it probably averaged like 2 songs a week, 3 songs a week, maybe 4. I don't know how. No, I don't know. Like there was a lot. I was writing all the time, and but what happens is the latest song is always the best song, right? But over time, you appreciate what songs stick around more. And not to say like I think all the songs that I wrote, like they are all special to me. But I was thinking when I was writing this album, like what fits the theme of the album, and what fits the mood, like where I'm at in my life, and what and also like I like to like some people say that you should always service yourself when writing music, but I like to think about what my community would like, because you know they're the people that are going to help have this music last longer than I, you know. So I think when it comes to whittling them down, actually it's not as hard as you 50 songs and you have to whittle it down to 16. That is a hard process by all means. Like it's like, oh, I do love this song, I wish I could put it, but the best ones always stick out, and like the ones that always feel appropriate stick out, you know. So
I guess as well, like you mentioned, some of it's like working through a process for you. So you might have maybe got a thought process down and worked through it, and you kind of don't really feel like that anymore.
yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I think I think, yeah, you get to a certain point when writing an album and you're like, some of the songs feel dated, you know, when you get to uh, the end bit when you're figuring it out. So yeah, some songs definitely felt obsolete, and I was even speaking to my manager about one of the songs that didn't make it, and that, like some of the lyrics on that are so dated my personal life. I was like, literally couldn't think of anything worse than having that song out now, you know. So things
Yeah.
change and people change, and yeah.
Which is the longest standing song on this record?
It's the title song, I think. Yeah, the title song, Hi, My Name is Insecure. I think that was like, I think I wrote that in 2021. Yeah, the summer of 2021. So it's been 3 years of that song. I think that's the one that lasted the longest. But I think that also helped that that was the name of the album, you know.
Name of the album.
It started off as something else very, very, very early on. But then that song, not necessarily the song was like, the song stood out and I loved the sound of the song, but it was more like that. Was like, feels cool for a debut album because this is like my introduction, right? And I, the thought of, as time went on, I wondered what it could mean and stuff. And for a long time, I was thinking, well, the song, like it's about a very specific circumstance of being at a party and needing someone as your crutch to get you through because of social anxiety. But as time went on, that phrase stuck out to me as something more. I don't know if you've ever seen the film 8 Mile. It's the Eminem film. You
know what? I actually haven't watched the movie in full, but I know like a lot. I know a lot of it. Yeah.
So at the end of the film, for anyone who hasn't seen this part, the end of the film, there's like this battle, this rap battle, right? And the whole film sort of climaxes to this point at the end where, up until this point, he's a really good rapper. Everyone knows he's a good rapper, but like he always gets stage fright. So he has this opponent who's like this big bad guy, and Eminem, like sort of, or Rabbit or whatever his name is, sort of, he predicts what this rapper is going to of in the first round of the rap battle sort of disses himself and says all the things that this guy has got planned to say about it. This guy can't say anything, so he chokes and does what Eminem normally does, which is choke and like can't rap or say anything. And like I like the idea of like me saying hi, my name is Insecure, because it means I've sort of taken the power of my insecurity and like it's now I own it. So you can't poke holes through me with it, you know, or like say this, that, or the other about me because I've already sort of owned up to it, you know. So I have total ownership, and there's something really empowering in that. And I wanted people, when they listen to this album, I wanted them to feel slightly less alone in that feeling, but also like give them the power to be like, oh, well, if my not particularly doesn't have to be my favorite artist, but say someone I am someone's favorite artist. My favorite artist feels like this, or this artist that I really like feels like this, and it makes them feel a bit human, more human too. And I just like the idea of like a problem shared is a problem halved, you know. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel like you cover a lot of like what you've just been saying there, whether it's the tribute to your dad, or you've got like what was the other one? See Me, and like addressing body image, and there's lots of things that I guess a lot of particularly men would shy away from speaking about, and the fact that you've owned them really is like, I feel like that will probably be so inspiring to a lot of people, including Time Will Fly. And I love at the end you've got like where you mention I can't remember word for word, but it's like you're saying that you kind of wish you had someone like you to show up for you. Has that one had a response that like the response that you think it might from fans, like people reaching out to you?
Yeah, Time Will Fly was really special because I wrote that in 2021 as well. I wrote that at the back end of 2021, so December or November of 2021. And I felt like my life was changing a lot. And I felt really proud of myself. And I was kept on thinking how proud that younger version of me would have been. And when that got written, I sort of put it to the wayside because it didn't really fit sonically. And then I had this show at Hammersmith Apollo last year, and I thought I really don't want to do like just a poster for this tour. I want there to be some sort of trailer, something that like shows my story that I've gone from street to like being here. And then I remembered this song, and we reproduced it and stuff. And when I did it, it went crazy viral. Like it went all over the place. Like Chris Brown shared the whole video, and like lots of people reached out to me. A lot of I didn't think would really have any like interest in my music. I think it sort of bridged the gap somewhere that like some of my other songs and stuff hadn't done yet, which was really exciting. It was sort of like putting me in more of the American side of things. I was getting a lot of like my favorite American artists hitting me up and like showing love, and that was really cool. But like the fans just really liked. What I think was really good about that is because we did a video that sort of like chronologically showed my career up until that point. So it was sort of a really good way of be like, oh, I've now seen the story in this 1 minute clip, and anyone new could feel the same. So I feel like it really explained my story. And I think a lot of people, when the song actually came out, because it wasn't ever going to come out, it was always just going to be this 1 minute clip. When I released the whole version of it, I was blown away by how many people resonated with it. And I think with my music, I forget that I forget how big the world is and how far it can stretch. You know what I mean? How, because of social media and the internet and Spotify and all of this, like people from all corners of the earth can like find it and find something within it that they can resonate with. And yeah, it's just such an honor being an artist, man. Like it's just so cool, honestly.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I normally ask, was there one that like almost didn't make the album just so that people can like savor it a bit more? And I think that for me, I'm really pleased that you said it did fit in, because it was kind of, it resonates firstly, not just with like musicians, but secondly, like, I don't know, it had this kind of overwhelming feeling because it resonated, but at the same time it's comforting. So thank you for including it. We have some questions coming in. So Jade on the Record Club's Facebook says, Sam, where has been your favourite place to perform? I've seen you at Apollo and Brixton, along with Brighton Street's Apollo hit Different.
No way. That's a question. My favorite place I've ever performed was my favorite gig ever was the Hammersmith Apollo. Just because it was a really hard time. My dad about 2 weeks before, so I was really heavily grieving. But my whole family was going to be there, and my dad was supposed to have been there. So it was like this. It was someone said to me, and it really stuck with me. These words said it was sort of like a spiritual cleanse, like almost like a wake for my father that night in a really weird way. My whole family were there, and all these people that were just like so just ready to just be by my side and help me through something. It was crazy, and it was so emotional, and yeah, really cool. But that was like my favorite gig. But my favorite of like beauty and like just looking out and being like, wow, where am I? I went to a place called Glarus like a couple months ago, and it was like right at the bottom of the Alps, and the snowy peaks and stuff, and that's I would never go to this little town called Glarus. It's a really small place, but my music takes me in, and helps me travel to such like insane corners of the earth. So yeah, feel really really blessed to have been able to do that.
Amazing. And Samantha on the Record Club's Facebook says, who would be your dream star to perform with?
My dream star to perform with. Well, this feels like a bit of a trick question because I've already done it. Like I perform with my favorite artist ever is Justin Bieber, and I got to perform with him. So that would be it. But if I was to choose someone else, I think I would love. I tell you what, like in 2019, I went and saw this Christmas charity event that Stevie Wonder does, and he brings out. I don't know if he still does it. It was like a Christmas thing. It was all for charity. It's really lovely, and he would play his songs that are famous, his famous songs, and have like a upcoming artist come and perform with him. And that night he didn't play my favorite one, and it's a song by him called Lately, and I think that would be my dream person to be with on stage for sure.
Ooh, put it out into the atmos. Tanya on Record Club's Facebook says, what is your favorite song that you've written and why?
My favorite song that I've written, It's not actually out yet. I don't know whether it. I don't know when it will, but it's a song called Little Boy, and it's a song that I wrote for my dad, and it's just, I don't know. There's something about it that just feels really really special because it was the first one I wrote after he passed away. So that would probably be it. And the reason is because I remember thinking after he died, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can write anymore, and I definitely can't write about them. Yeah, that for sure, and I'm really proud of that song. That was that's that. I hope it comes out soon, but I just don't know.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you everyone for sending in your questions. I actually promised that I'd give you a curveball, random, weird question. And I've been trying for it not to be too weird, but I'm just going to go with it because I have one more question to ask you before we announce the winner of the headphones. So I'm going to ask you, Sam, if two songs on your album, one from side A, I'm going to say Lose It All, and one from side B, Someone Else, We're in a Fight, which one would win?
Well, this is a great question, and I'm actually really glad you used that particular pairing because I actually often say that Someone Else is Lose It All's like sort of little brother. So I would say Lose It All would absolutely smash in some pummel someone else into dust, really. So Lose It All would win that one, but
Okay.
only because Lose It All came first and I think has more experience at fighting.
Yeah, I think the range as well. Sam, thank you so much for joining us on the Record Club. That is all we have time for. But of course, I have to remind you, make sure to treat yourself to your own copy of Hi, My Name is Insecure, number 8 in the charts, top 10 album, debut as well from Mr. Sam Tompkins, and pick it up from your local record store, support your local. Before we say goodbye, that the winner of this week's headphones prize is, who do we have? Jade on the Record Club's Facebook. So slide into the Record Club's DMs and we'll get those headphones to you. Thank you everyone for joining us and sending in your questions. This plus all previous episodes are available to watch back on Spotify or YouTube. I'll see you for the next episode of the Record Club. Sam Tompkins, thank you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. It was amazing. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.